And welcome back, everyone, to not today's official Who Would Win, but a special birthday win to the Marquis of Death, Mad Jim Jaspers. That's a mouthful. Who did have a birthday request for me, but however, so basically, this is the Marquis of Death from Marvel Comics versus Capsule Corp Goku. Now, when you had first gave me like the suggestion, you said CC Goku. I did not know what that meant, but Capsule Corp Goku is essentially the Goku you see. This is going to sound weird. Our main series Dragon Ball Super Goku, but in an alternate timeline thanks to Dragon Ball Super Heroes, basically. And the games and the Xenoverse, stuff like that. And this is a Goku who has basically been able to reach Ultra Instinct, has been trained by the Grand Priest, all that. So it's a very powerful version of Goku. The Marquis of Death, let me at least give you the backstory on the Marquis of Death, because the Marquis of Death is like... Okay, so the Marquis of Death, real name Clyde Wickham Jr., was the past history of Clyde Wickham Jr., that of his Earth 1219 counterpart, up until one day, without any warning, in Area 87, as it's called, basically they're Area 51, I'm guessing, came under attack from several Reed Richards' greatest enemies, all of whom sought to kill Clyde. In their arrogance, Clyde was freed with his mind fully restored, and without a thought, Clyde killed all the villains around him, and by doing so, his appetite for slaughter awakened, dedicating a billion years of his immortal life to learn how to master both time and space. He eventually became the Marquis of Death. As the Marquis of Death, he traveled across the multiverse, wiping out every single universe he came into contact with. At one point, the Marquis of Death arrived to Earth 616 and met a young man named Victor Von Doom, seeing potential within him. He took him as his apprentice and taught him everything he knew. After he finished his training Doom, he departed. And basically, the long story short is, this guy is so ridiculously powerful that he was a multiversal scale threat. That even someone like Galactus was considered an insect compared to him. Even beings on the level of eternity were easily under his control. He could pop supernovas like Tic Tacs. He could turn someone's blood to acid. He could teleport them through time. Literally, he could do basically anything. There's very little anyone, even like with the Infinity Gauntlet, could do against this guy. Like, the only individuals I could even consider to be on a higher tier plane than this guy is the one above all, who is basically the de facto god of the entire Marvel multiverse, everything up in between. And maybe the Living Tribunal, who's also on a multiversal level. Galactus technically is technically a multiversal being, but not in the same sense. He's basically effortlessly able to destroy universes, parallel universes, other realities, even use or create higher and dimensional entities slated to be vastly overshadow Galactus, as he was less than an insect, basically. Like, this dude is nuts. The only reason he was killed is because Doom, I guess it's so convoluted. He recruited Doom, came back, was disappointed in Doom. They clashed. Doom thought he won. They wanted like 5 years. He ended up marrying Sue Storm. They're going to have a kid. Turns out it was all just an hallucination created by the Marquis of Death. 5 seconds. He turned his blood to acid and like stuff like that and sent him back in time. Doom survived that. Basically learned all about the dark arts from the beginning of time. And basically it turns out that the apprentice this guy carried around the whole time was actually Doom waiting to get revenge. And then basically he did that. He basically beat him after Clyde fought an alternate version of himself. The only way to beat this guy was through a long con trick. So Goku doesn't have a prayer of a chance. Like, Goku is, let me put it this way. I'm a fan of Goku. I do like Goku. I think I am in the camp he beats Superman. He actually can beat a lot of individuals in a lot of the universes. There's probably even a scenario where he could beat Darkseid. Maybe not truly beat him, but, beat Darkseid. In a scenario. But this is the type of individual that Goku has no power against whatsoever. Because Goku wouldn't even be the strongest if I were to throw him, even this version of Goku, wouldn't be the strongest even if I were to throw him into Marvel Universe. He would not be the strongest individual in the Marvel Universe. It's arguable that Galactus could beat him, even if Galactus couldn't. I've actually already done Goku versus Thanos. Thanos might very well be able to beat him, though. The cosmic entities, like Eternity, Infinity, they could beat Goku. they could. I mean, Goku's power is on a universal level, but they could beat Goku. I'm fairly confident in. And what about on the Living Tribunal? Definitely could. A Beyonder definitely could. Anyone with a decent amount of sorcery skill could actually beat Goku. That said, Goku could also beat them, but still. But yeah, this guy, oh no, he could literally just bitch smack Goku around with a thought. Like, with a thought. That's how messed up the Marquis of Death is in terms of power. So if Goku goes full power, Ultra Instinct, you name it, just comes in the Marquis of Death, he's like, nope. Now, you might be arguing, well, he's fast enough, Goku can instant transmission, all that, la-da-da-da-da. Yeah, but this guy smacks around individuals like Thanos and Galactus, who arguably Goku could beat, but would have a significant problem beating, or a lot of difficulty beating. And this guy smacks those dudes around. If you're to try to argue that Goku could maybe speed blitz him, the only way you could argue that is if Goku like senses what's going on and were to use a cheap tactic, you basically use an instant Kamehameha wave. So, powered up to his full power Kamehameha wave, focusing his transmission, and then boom, flat right in front of the Marquis, does just boom, and just blow his entire body to shreds. Like, that is the only scenario, and that's something Goku wouldn't do, because, I mean, hindsight's 2020 when the universe is a threat. But Goku still wants to try out his opponent half the time. Like, that's with Moro. Look at what happened with Moro. Ultimately, Goku could have beaten Moro when they first met, if he really wanted to. Unfortunately, Moro's magical. It has all these weird abilities that screwed over Goku because he wanted to test out his opponent. This Goku's an ass sometimes. He's an idiot. I love Goku, but he's an idiot. So anyway, that is ultimately Marquis of Death Mad Jim Jaspers, who I think would win in the fight. Yeah, it's the Marquis of Death. The Marquis of Death would waste Goku. And this is someone who ultimately likes to root for Goku quite a bit. Because, I mean, yes, Goku causes problems, but that's what's fun of his character. The fact that he is a flawed character makes him an entertaining character. At least in my eyes. Is he the best character? Oh, no, I like Piccolo and Vegeta more. Beerus is probably my favorite Dragon Ball character. No, Goku, I'll always root for Goku. Goku tends to be the underdog, especially because he keeps going up against stronger individuals. But he always seems to, make it out, overcome, because, he's kind of the underdog. But no, I'm not mincing words. Goku gets completely and utterly bitch slapped in this fight. Completely and utterly. But that's just my opinion. I mean, what do you think? Is the Marquis of Death really that powerful? I mean, is he really that powerful? Is he really that powerful? Is he really that powerful? But yeah, he's really that powerful. Yeah, I mean, like, I'd be willing to bet he could even give, like, someone like Darkseid a straight run for their money. He's that powerful. Because let's be clear, Darkseid, his true form just existing destroys the universe, sure. Marquis is not like that, but he can wipe out a universe pretty instantly if he wants to, like, without too much difficulty. I'd say he's actually very comparable to someone like Darkseid. Now, that said, it's debatable. Again, it's comics, it's debatable. We're not going to even get into it. That's a different who would win for another day. For now, happy birthday, Marquis of Death Mad Jim Jaspers. I hope you enjoyed. Hope everyone else enjoyed, too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you folks next time. Have a good one, and hit that bell if you want to be notified. I still got the real who would win to do today, plus Loki. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.